Hey guys, it's Snoo. Welcome back to a very bow-related video. Once again, I had an epiphany recently about the ascendancy point change to far shot, and this is of course over the Deadeye, which I'm not intending to play, but I believe we have something interesting at work here that's going to result in a brand new, absolute best in slot helmet choice for all conventional far shot wielding Deadeyes or any ascendancy really that is taking advantage of this mechanic more broadly speaking, including mine and my build that I'm planning to league start. So right now far shot reads differently than it used to. It used to be 60% more damage to targets up to 70 units away, and then had a penalty of 20% less damage done to targets that were in your immediate vicinity. Now the penalty is gone and the upside is only half of what it was before, and it's still labeled, as you can see, far shot. But when we check into the patch notes, something very interesting here is at work. It says the far shot ascendancy passive no longer provides far shot. Really? Well, it looks like it does because it's labeled this. But then I remember this is just a beta version of Path of Building, so maybe it's just a placeholder. Continuing, it says it instead now provides projectiles gain damage as they travel further. It provides what? Well, where's the name? Where's the ascendancy name? There is no name. I guess they forgot to put it in there, or they hadn't figured it out yet. But anyway, that's quite fascinating, very unambiguous, and maybe I wouldn't have thought anything special of it until I saw this right here. So this is from the reveal. It's a snapshot with a bow in the Benchcraft. A lot of you are aware of this. I'm very excited of the options to straight up enchant far shot onto your bow. But which version is it? Well, if according to the patch notes, the ascendancy passive no longer provides far shot, then this must be the original far shot in all its glory, and that would be a whole bunch of extra damage. Of course, the enchant's going to grant you a whole bunch of extra damage, but guys, no. Look at the bottom one, projectiles return to you. That's going to be the best enchant, almost certainly, because then you can sub out returning projectiles, put in a real damage support, while simultaneously losing the penalty, 61% less damage to projectiles that are returning. Quick caveat there, though. I assume that means in this case that the projectiles will not continue piercing through you, meaning you have a slightly less clear, perhaps. But yeah, definitely going to want to go with the bottom enchant, not far shot. They cost the same, whatever this is. I don't know exactly the currency, how much it's worth, but I'm most in particular excited for projectiles return to you because of the brand new best in slot helmet. Almost certainly for Deadeyes will be far shot granted through the helmet, as well as 50% increased projectile speed and 50% increased projectile damage, which is effectively 100% increased damage. And it is an item that is easily acquirable through heist, guaranteed drop evidently from Nashta the Usurper, from a unique contract. Now, I don't know if you want to run heist to get this, but I suppose a lot of people league start heist, so these should be floating around like crazy and corrupted like crazy, and I suspect it might not be too difficult to get yourself with a premium corruption on here. So to all the heist runners out there, get to work. You're going to make a lot of currency if you farm this helmet and you corrupt it. I can almost guarantee you that. So this is the sort of mid to end game setup I foresee. I foresee the enchant of return projectiles with Deadeyes or myself, perhaps, wearing the fledgling helmet for far shot, a whole bunch of increased damage. And then also, if you're Deadeye, taking far shot for an additional 30% more damage. Everybody's so excited about the melee buffs and how much more damage. But guys, there's a lot in store for bows, and this is a lot of damage, and that's where a lot of my damage is coming from here with my current build setup. I am currently still planning to run Heat Shiver because Heat Shiver will get better advantage taken out of the Artillery Ballista setup. However, once I get into, and those of you who are intimately familiar with my Path of Building know that this helmet is right here. I bet you a bunch of people did not even know about this helmet already because we just took it for granted. We can get far shot on the Deadeye automatically. But yeah, here it is. Projectiles cannot collide with enemies at close range. I went ahead and put this helmet on and tested it. At least with return projectiles, it doesn't seem to have much impact. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, projectiles shooting out also I would assume that the projectiles can't hit anything in the immediate vicinity, but it seemed to work anyway. I don't know if it's bugged or not. I essentially saw no downside from here. So Some people might have been turned off because of the perceived downside. Go ahead and buy this item right now on trade and test it yourself to see what you think. That's it for this video. The new best in slot helmet is here, especially after the Rage helmet has been indirectly nerfed because Berserk is no longer very good. So there you go. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.